Hello and welcome back to Cycle Fab. I'm Larry. In today's video, I'm going to show you a product. This right here is made by Krylon, aluminum high heat max paint. All right. Now this stuff is $9 a can, and you think, wow, that's kind of high for aerosol paint. Well, yes, it is, and no, it's not for what it does. This paint matches, as best I can tell, the finish, the color, the texture of the 1980s Japanese motorcycles. What I'm getting at here is if you're restoring one of these guys, or if you're just like messing with them, just go down to your local big box hardware store and get some of this stuff. If you're refinishing one of these engines and you don't want to put a lot of money into it, i.e. powder coating, or you don't have the time to do it, this stuff works great. I'm serious. As long as you get the surface clean, I love this stuff. As a matter of fact, this engine right here is a 1981 GS 550 Suzuki motor. Now, most of it I could disassemble and powder coat, which I did, but the engine only has 14,000 miles on it, so it's not in bad shape on the lower end. When I opened it up, it looked fresh. It looked new. The oil, there was no contamination, nothing. The inside of this motor is awesome. On the lower end. Now the top end had some issues, I had to address them. There is no sense in me cracking this case apart, i.e. the transmission, the crank, and the bearings, just to powder coat it. I'm not going to go through all that just to powder coat the lower part of this engine. So what I am going to do is take all the covers off of it, which I've already done. If you guys watch this channel, you already know this. Most of the covers on this bike have been powder coated with prismatic polished aluminum powder, and then I went over it with Prismatic's matte clear coat, and it comes out great. It matches the 1980s look of the Japanese motorcycles and also the 1970s look. But I don't always have a chance or an opportunity to powder coat everything on this engine, mainly the lower end of this engine. I'm not going to bust it open just to powder coat it. So I've got this right here, Krylon High Heat Max Aluminum Paint. It's good for up to, I think, 1200 degrees. Yeah, 1200 degrees. Yeah, 1200. Anyway, I want to take all the covers back off and the jugs and the heads, which they're not bolted on anyway, they're just sitting up here, and tape off and paint my lower end on this motor and show you just how good this paint actually is as far as matching colors and so on and so forth. Now, some of these parts up here have already been painted with this, like the carb bodies. There is no way I was going to powder coat a carb body. I don't feel comfortable with it. I was afraid I might screw something up. So I just went ahead and painted those. Also the heads and the jugs. Now what I'm going to do is the lower part of the engine, the case. So if you guys are interested, please follow along. Watch me set this guy up, tape it off, paint it, and see what we come out with. Hey, if you guys are liking this video, then please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and go ahead and hit that notification bell too, so you know when my next videos are coming out. This really helps my channel a lot if you would do that. Thanks, guys. Now let's get on with the video. Wow, that came out sweet, man, didn't it? I mean, the contrast in colors between the prismatic powders, polished aluminum with that matte clear coat that they offer, between that and the paint, oh man, that paint just rocks. I mean, it's not exactly factory, obviously, but it is as close as what I have found to be able to achieve in this shop. And I really like that paint by Krylon, high heat max. Good to 1200 degrees. Check it out. I mean, if you want to redo these and, you know, do it the quick and easy way. I say easy. Cleaning this thing up, and I did it in a backward ass order. I should have high pressured it down, but I didn't, you know, so it was an afterthought. Before you tear a motor down, high pressure washer, you know, scrub it down good with that, and that'll clean most of it up. I had to clean this thing by hand, which means, you know, degreaser, scrub brush, water hose, you know, so on and so forth. Anyway, it was nasty, it was dirty, but I got it cleaned up. I did wipe it down with acetone right before I painted it. So there wasn't any dirt or grime left on it. Anyway, the hard part out of the way, the next hard part to all this is the taping. That's tedious. But after that, the actual painting doesn't take any time whatsoever. I started to do it outside, but I was losing daylight, losing the sun, so I had to bring it inside, and I didn't film that. Came out great. I really like the contrast in colors. Like I said, I had the jugs and the head painted already, along with the carb bodies themselves. I just felt uncomfortable about powder coating carburetor bodies, although I'm sure it's been done. It's just not been done by me. Anyway, the top portions of the carbs, now they're powder coated. Valve covers powder coated. All the side panels, oil pan, oil cover, oil filter cover, powder coated. So anyway, it's a good mix. It's a good mix between the light and the little other light, I guess. Very happy with it. Now, what I've got to do is finish the top job on this. I have to fit the rings to the pistons and gap them. Also, I got to do the carbs. Then that should be it. I just need to get it going. I want to get this going and get it in the frame of the bike so we can go ahead and complete that project, get it in the white, get it out on the road, and you know, work the bugs out a little bit, then bring it back, tear the whole thing down. Anyway, that's where we're at now, and thanks for joining me here. Really appreciate it. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you know when my next video is coming out, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Oh, and by the way, I will almost be at 3,000 subscribers by the time y'all see this, so get me to 3,000. All right, thanks again. CycleFab out.